evening. Rivers Emergency Service explains delay in response to Orazi gas explosion. Former Rivers Senator emerges president of Ohanaeze Ndigbo worldwide. Victims of Anambra stampede buried amidst tears. On the foreign scene, U.S. President-elect Trump spared jail in sentencing for Ashmani case. I am Kalada Kurubatabo. Mental health is real. Seek help. End the stigma. Services has given reasons why it did not respond immediately to the Orazi gas explosion early this week. As you may know, the death of Ayo and his 6-year-old daughter in the gas explosion in Orazi, Port Harcourt raised questions about the recently launched emergency medical service. It follows Ayo's final moments in a viral video showing him walking from his home to the hospital, his body covered in severe burns, pleading for help. But speaking in an interview with correspondent Martha Okere, the Director Emergency Medical Services in the state, Ojum Silvano, said the service did not receive any calls from witnesses at the scene of the explosion. He said personnel were already engaged in responding to another emergency involving a building collapse at Igruta at the time.
We got to know that after the evacuations are taking place. We are contacted. Normally, people contact us by calling our numbers. And once we get such information, we move straight to the scene of incident and do a rescue mission. They should overwhelm us. I cannot say they overwhelmed us yet because the vehicle was there. Vehicle was there. Vehicle was there. And there was a case happening in Orazi. Just because we didn't know. These vehicles could drop down there and move all the patients to respective places.
Dr. Silvano said emergency medical services are free of charge and that ambulances are currently stationed at 11 strategic locations across the state.
We have about 16 ambulances that are in different locations in the state. Some of them are in Omok, Ndele, Elele, Obama, Tegema, Baka, Akpajo, Kana, we have in Hologum, Lueprecom, we have in Luboku, and then we have at the center. Governor is also making plan to give us more ambulances, but we already said that we need more. So the state is quite big. But our response time, we can respond in 5 minutes, in 10 minutes, depending on where the issue is and the road situation.
The Director, Emergency Medical Services in the state, also said emergency number 112, which was launched 6 months ago by the State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Adeze Ore, is not yet operational.
I know that the governor is working seriously with the IT technicians to make sure that number is some ground. But we have our numbers that we are giving to local governments, discuss with them the essence of making sure these numbers are everywhere. We have done a lot of those sensitizations so that if there's an issue, it will take lesser time to get to the place. So the 112 number is not operational yet in Rivers State.
The emergency numbers are 0904 0222 281, 0904 0222 283, and 0904 0222 285. In another development, some commercial vehicle drivers in Port Harcourt say they are unable to repaint their vehicles to the state government-approved color due to financial challenges. Speaking with correspondent Onyeka Chinwosu, the drivers explained that rising cost of vehicle parts, fuel, and other expenses have reduced their profits, making it difficult to comply with the directive. They are appealing to the State Ministry of Transport to grant them more time before enforcing another ultimatum.
At least any painter we go meet now, minus now 70,000 naira, 80,000 naira, and you guys to do body work again to join them. So if you go do all those things, they don't calculate almost 140, 150. Because you don't have country then everything they cost, they manage.
That's supposed to be our problem for now. Then how much are we making a day? As it is now, to change my shops, one of them is 20,000 naira. A couple with task force, this my three, I don't know, give them say task force because of this new chairman. I have some boys that are working for him. Police, we are giving police 200 at my tree there. Go to my tree now. What they do is to collect money. They don't do anything. If you like carry human being on this edge, they will not even care to check. What after is that 200 naira?
Money no dey, things hard. Account of the motor dey too high. Fuel dey cost. We go work finish. Or we go carry and buy fuel. Thing come out for the work. I made the say now nobody want to print motor.
The drivers appealed to the State Ministry of Transport to grant them more time before enforcing another ultimatum.
We go see panelists now, they go see how miss at least you know. But what's even if they paint a party go see it happen. Somebody will enter motor go enter with incense and other things. So because of things now they too high. So maybe they have mercy for us. 4 or 5 small time.
I'm not saying painting the college is bad. They should give us time. If government really want to work, those things shouldn't be a problem. What are the work of those first men? They can resolve that. They don't even need this to checkmate all those things. For now, they should give us time. By that time, people try to put things order. So coming back from holiday, try to settle. Okay, talk about school fee, talk about house rent.
May then give maybe after February. That one, people don't come back from travel, put things in order, settle family.
On his part, the chairman of the Drivers Welfare Union, Rivers State Branch, Chris Ezeali, urged the ministry to allow drivers to choose their own auto painters to negotiate more affordable rates.
The people that they gave the contract to, the fixed price for the painting is too voluminous. Whereas if the person took the vehicle to a painter by him or herself, the painter can collect even 30 or 40 or 50,000. Why not instruct everybody to go to their respective painter and paint? You have seen that this is January. So many people traveled, made some expenses. If you can extend the deadline till ending of January, first week of February.
Mr. Ezeali is also concerned about the negative impact of touts on their business.
The rate of touting, honestly, is unbearable, my brother. It's unbearable. I'm a driver. I've driven for more than 30-something years. I know what other people pass through because there is an immunity that covers me during my period of driving. So you don't just jump into my vehicle anyhow and think that you will go away with it or you impose any unapproved or unauthorized leave on me and you expect me to comply.
Moving on, some residents of Port Harcourt have raised concerns over the proposed hike in phone call tariffs in Nigeria. Speaking to our correspondent, they expressed dissatisfaction with the plan, noting that they have become used to the existing rates. They warn that the increase will negatively affect the public, particularly during these challenging times. The residents urged authorities to reconsider the decision and prioritize the welfare of the masses.
Well, I am not okay with it because normally we are used to the normal tariff before now, and coming to add to it or you're increasing it, it's going to affect the masses. You just imagine that you recharge, let's say, 200 naira a time, and perhaps you plan on making a call for, let's say, like 15 minutes. Before now, that's how it has been. And then with this new tariff now, perhaps you can only make call for 5 minutes and thereabouts. So it's like it's making the masses to suffer more during the face of economic hardship at the moment. So I'm not really comfortable with it. I'm not happy with the new development.
When they send you SMS, you might not know that they will cut you money from that. When you load card, everything went up. Borrow card from them. Before you know you load card, everything went up. So that's why over 3 years now, you can't borrow card from any of the networks.
Away from that, Senator John Azuta Mbata has been elected as the President General of Ohanaeze Ndigbo Worldwide. Senator Azuta Mbata, who represented Rivers East at the National Assembly, was elected at a stakeholders meeting of the Igbo Social Cultural Organization at the Old Government Lodge in Enugu State today. The election process was conducted through voice voting, and alongside Senator Azuta Mbata, 15 other individuals were elected to various executive positions within the organization. The Inter-Party Advisory Council IPAC in Oyigbo local government area says it has elected new executives to pilot its affairs. The statement said that during an elective congress, Kingsley Onyekwere of the Young Progressives Party emerged as chairman. The statement said it followed his nomination by Levi Amechi of the Social Democratic Party and John Wambu of the Labour Party, which was seconded by God Help Uzoma of Accord. The statement also said Samuel Ute of the All Progressives Grand Alliance was elected as secretary. It said Mr. Onyekwere expressed appreciation to members for giving him the opportunity to serve. While pledging their support to the administration of Governor Fubara, the Oyigbo IPAC chairman also congratulated the executive chairman of Oyigbo Council, Gift Okere, for his developmental strides in the area within a few months in office. He said the distribution of cars to councillors, transformers, and refuse bins to the people is another testament of good governance. We'll go for a quick commercial, but still to come, victims of Anambra Stampede buried amidst tears. Do stay tuned. Welcome back now to the rest of the newscast. The chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Mahmood Yakubu, has expressed concerns over the high cost of conducting elections in Nigeria, describing it as exorbitant and burdensome. He made this statement today while defending the 2024 budget implementation before the National Assembly. Professor Yakubu said despite INEC being one of the largest employers in the country, it operated on a reduced budget of 40 billion naira, significantly lower than the 80 billion naira initially requested. He appealed to the lawmakers to organize a retreat where both the legislature and INEC can collaborate, exchange ideas, and find solutions to the pressing issues affecting the electoral process in Nigeria. Akwa Ibom State Governor Umar Eno has dissolved his cabinet, saying his administration requires fresh energy. He made this announcement today during a valedictory session at the Executive Council chamber in Uyo. The governor clarified that none of the commissioners underperformed, but that he needed to bring in new individuals to join his administration. Governor Eno stressed that while all the commissioners had delivered on their responsibilities, they would be replaced to bring in a new set of professionals. In other news, Justice Emeka Nwite of the Federal High Court, Abuja, has permitted the Department of State Services to detain 10 suspected terrorists who planned to launch a Boko Haram ISWAP cell in Osun State for 60 days pending conclusion of investigation. In the affidavit deposed by Yamuje Beneye, a personnel of the agency attached to the Legal Service Department at the national headquarters, said the suspected terrorists were arrested on December the 16th, 2024, following reasonable suspicion on their involvement in terrorism. In the meantime, an elderly woman, Josephine Onyenwu, from Emoa local government area, says she has not received a pension arrears since retiring from the civil service in 2013, where she worked at the primary healthcare center in Emoa local government area. Speaking to our correspondent, Mrs. Onyenwu, a widow and mother of 6, said the country's harsh economic situation has severely impacted her life as she has no one to cater to her needs. She said her first son, who had been a primary source of support, is now dead.
I work under primary health care in Emoa local government, and I was retired there since 2013. When things are okay for person, with now they are putting that 80 something, but our own is 18%. They use grade us, and the money is not doing anything for us. And since then, to give me my arrears, to the arrears of the pension and the gratuity, none. Now, I don't know what to do next. You see how things are too difficult now to a human being. Talk of somebody who don't have a husband. The husband has already died. Even my son that is helping me is dead too.
Mrs. Onyenwu also said she has been battling hypertension for several years, and the rising cost of her medical bills has made it increasingly difficult for her to afford proper treatment. Meanwhile, the victims who died in a stampede that occurred during a Christmas rice distribution in Okija, Iyala local government area of Anambra State, have been buried. At least 21 people, mostly women and children, reportedly lost their lives during the tragic incident on December the 21st, 2024, during the palliative distribution being donated by Obi Jackson Foundation. The interdenominational burial service for the victims, which was held at St. Mary's Field, Okija today, had families of the victims, survivors, community members, and other notable personalities of the community in attendance in the low-key event.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
Looking at the international scene, U.S. President-elect Donald Trump has been sentenced to unconditional discharge, meaning he spared jail time and a fine. Last May, Mr. Trump was convicted on 34 counts relating to hush money paid to adult film star Stormy Daniels and how the payments were later reimbursed. The prosecution requested no prison, probation, or fine as a sentence, exactly what the judge ruled. Judge Merchan called it an extraordinary case and a paradox with a lot of attention but ordinary court proceedings. On the news this evening, you heard the Rivers State Emergency Service has explained the delay in responding to the Orazi gas explosion. Former Rivers Senator John Mbata has emerged as the President General of Ohanaeze Indigo Worldwide. The victims of the Anambra stampede have been buried amidst tears. On the foreign scene, U.S. President-elect Trump has been spared jail in sentencing for hush money case. The news was edited by Martha Okiri. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808-721-7215. I am Kalada Kurubata. Good evening. Just stay tuned.